Alright, now today's Guess the Problem, Win a Prize will be on my Honda Big Red 200. The prize this time is actually something kind of cool. It is a generator and light set that you put on a bicycle. This rubs on the wheel, generates electricity, which powers a headlight. Not too bad. Worked last time I had it on a bicycle. So, that's the prize. Alright, so here's the problem. Before I got this thing running, I was struggling for about 3 weeks with a no spark situation on this bike. For the life of me, I couldn't get it to spark. It's got a very simple ignition system, and I'm going to explain to you all the components. First off, it's got one of the very first uses of a CDI, so no points. First uses of a CDI in a off-road vehicle. So here it says CDI, but that's actually a little trick. In here is the pickup coil. Okay, the CDI is buried underneath there. It's this little black box. In here, coming out of these wires, you have both your charging coils and your exciter coil. Now the charging coils go back to the regular rectifier, and they charge the battery, which allows for the lights to turn on when the motor's not running and for the starter motor to work. The exciter coil goes directly to, that's for creating the spark, so that goes to the CDI. The pickup coils then tell the CDI when to fire the spark. You got your ignition coil just like normal. That goes down a spark plug wire to the spark plug boot, and then the spark plug. So, this is what I did. I replaced the ignition coil, so that one was brand new, and I replaced the CDI, because I thought it was the CDI, with one that was known to be good. I tested it against a friend's Big Red 200, and it was good on his. So I threw it into mine, still no spark. So I'm like, alright, instead of throwing all these fucking parts at this thing, I'm going to start to test them all, right? So I looked up in the book and the wiring diagram, see if I could test them all, right? And I pulled them all out. That includes the exciter coil, that includes the pickup coil, and I even tested the ignition coil just to be sure. They all tested, they had the exact normal amount of resistance, well within normal range. So I was like, okay, that's whatever. So I tested all my wiring. My wiring is all good. There is a neutral safety switch that I just bypassed. You can see actually it goes right here and it connects right there. So that was bypassed. So it wasn't my neutral safety switch. So I'm like, well, this is kind of a bummer, you know. I was thinking about it. And so then I really went back and I studied the wiring diagram, and then I tested all the parts while they were installed on the bike. Now, if you remember, I said that all the parts when they were off the bike tested good. One of them, when it was installed on the bike, was not good, and so it tested bad. So I was like, aha, I'm going to replace that part. I replaced that part, nothing was changed. So I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here, right? So I sit down and I really study the wiring diagram, and I finally had my aha moment. And just to help you guys along, I'm going to show you the wiring diagram. So sorry it's kind of messed up, but I definitely was ruminating over this thing for quite a while. So as you can see, it's a 1982 ATC 200E. You can go ahead and download this from threewheelerworld.com if you want to, and take a look at it for yourself. The various parts of the ignition. We've got our ignition coil here that has 3 components. We've got your spark plug here. Neutral switch, like I said, I completely bypassed this, so that went directly to the ground. Starter button, pickup coil, magneto. This yellow right here, that goes to here. That one is for the that's for the charging, and then the black, that one is the exciter coil. So there's actually 3 components in there. So there's that one. Various starters and starter relays and whatever, they're not really involved in the ignition. Our CDI, all these wires going in. Unfortunately, it's not testable. However, I put a good one in, a known good one. So this was my wiring diagram. I finally had my aha moment. I fixed the problem, and the bike's been running great ever since. So what you guys got to do is figure out why something was testing good outside the bike but not testing good inside the bike while installed in the bike, and what that component was. Closest person in a couple days will win the fabulous prize, which is right there. Wish you all the best.